Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Oh man, I'm waiting for a couple people to come on this good old Monday. Oh man. Hey, Facebook. Oh man, it is a rainy, wet Monday, but hey, it is what it is. Y'all already know where I am. New Orleans at the bottom of the map, shooting from the hip, from the NO. Pleasant. Hey, my honey, I need to come see you, just to come hug your neck. I ain't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing great. Hey, Miss Mary, it's good to see you. Hey, everybody, it's been a long time, y'all. I missed y'all so much. Vanessa, I missed you. It has been, in the window. It has been literally 51 days, y'all. 51 days. I worked for a company that's very demanding, and I just worked 51 days straight with no off days. So today is my first off day. Y'all, I ain't even going nowhere. But y'all see I got lipstick on, like, yay. It just feels good to be off. I missed y'all, Demi. I love you. Who else I saw on here? I love y'all, man. It's awesome. I ain't even going nowhere. I'm sitting in my car, but I just had to put on some lip gloss or something, some earrings or something, just to feel good. Like, y'all have no idea. It has been a trying couple months, working all them days, like, yes. So I just wanted to, feel girly for a second, anybody who's free Saturday. This is a free event. It is every woman who is a wife, every woman who is a girlfriend. Please come 1800 Newton Street in New Orleans. It is a free event. We are about to have a live real rap session about carrying titles. And what I mean when I say carrying titles, many of us are wives or girlfriends, and a lot of times we applaud being that, but a lot of people don't know what comes behind those titles. And many times women are hiding behind those titles in belief that, oh, I'm winning because I'm the wife. But I have a story of my own, and I have many other women who know, that it's a struggle sometimes being a wife or being a girlfriend. A lot of people don't know. It's free to the public. If you are a woman, please come. I'm going to have some light refreshments. And again, it's a free event. But if y'all want to, somebody told me don't block blessings. So if y'all want to show me love, if y'all want to donate anything, if y'all want to be a blessing and be a love offering, you're welcome to do that. But again, this event is free to the public, 1800 Newton Street in Algiers for 5:30 p.m. Come, bring your girlfriends. Let's just have a live rap discussion about truly sometimes the struggle about trying to find love and being in relationships. But if you read the topic of this video, I get some inboxes every now and again. You know what I'm saying? And I also read this sometimes where people have a tendency to be like, girl, she ain't all that, or she thinks she all that because she got married, or she thinks she all that because she graduated, or she bought this car so she thinks she's all that. And it's not just coming towards me, but it's a thing that I hear people say very often when a person is proud, or a person is, maybe boastful isn't the correct word, but proud of their accomplishments. Hey, Miss Angie, I want to speak to a couple people. I'm sorry, I wasn't ignoring y'all. Angela, Michelle, Dana, how you doing? Jerome, I see you. Brother Rashida, I see you. Hey, Miss Jones. Who else? I see you, Miss Tanya, Reggie. Hey, I missed y'all. Yes, T, I do have a P.O. box. I will drop that for you. Hit me in my inbox. But they say tendency, when people are proud of themselves, when people are boastful about their progress, people tend to make you feel bad about being proud of yourself. But this is a video that I want to send to somebody, and I want to encourage you, but I'm going to use some of my personal stories with you. Okay? Let people be upset if they want to be upset about you loving yourself. Okay, about you being proud of yourself, about you being ecstatic and excited about your growth, about where you are. That doesn't mean that you're boastful, and that doesn't mean that you think you're above someone else. That means that you actually see growth in you. And a lot of times it's difficult to see growth inside of yourself. A lot of times, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, I am my biggest critic. I critique myself very, very strongly. I look at my life and I be like, dang, Bridget, you should be doing more. You could be doing better. Why you said this? Why you said that? Why you did this? Why you did that? I really sometimes don't need the world to beat me down, because I have a bad habit of beating myself down because I shoot for the stars. I want greatness, and I want to do well, and I want to excel in what I do. So many times when I feel like I missed the mark, I tend to go into a state, and I have to fight myself to say, no, Bridget, it's all right. Get up and try again. No, it's all right. Try again. God gave you another breath to try again. But you have to learn to see growth within you and be proud of it, because let me tell you something. Sometimes you're going to be the only fan you have to be proud of yourself. Because, see, too many people don't know how to say, girl, I saw you doing that. Girl, that's a good job you're doing. Girl, that's a good thing you're doing. Girl, keep going. You don't get that too often. And many times that can discourage you. You have to learn to be sometimes your biggest fan just as much as you are your biggest critic. You have to learn to say, you know what? I am proud of me. And I'm telling you this coming from someone who had to learn how to do it. Let me tell you something. I was the nappy-headed, picky-head girl on the block that nobody didn't want to talk to, that people talked about and picked on, okay? I was the girl that everybody shunned. I was the girl that people talked about was weird because I actually went to school and tried to get good grades and things like that. So for a long time, I was bullied for a very long time in school. It went up until getting to the relationships where I was broken. I have went through depression. Y'all, I have sat in jail. I have went through thoughts of suicide. I have went through thoughts of homicide. People have no idea the mental battle that you go through in life. And now that I step back and I see that now I had 2 kids. One, my first child I had at 17, who had supposedly a brain condition where they didn't believe my son's brain was going to grow where he would be able to learn beyond a 6th grade education. Okay. And I was a struggling mother. His dad cheated on me, lied on me, lied to me, left me stranded plenty of days. And I didn't really have help from family. So guess what? I was catching a bus to school, catching a bus to drop my son off at the daycare, in a rain and a freezing cold, a teenage pregnant mother with barely any education and any money. Okay. And so and then it's an insult to injury, I began to not know who I was. Okay, so I ran the streets. I began to become very open with running the streets, partying and playing and dressing provocative and dancing in the club, wanting attention. Didn't know what I was worth or what attention I wanted to attract. I got pregnant again with my daughter and actually did not want my daughter. I was like, I am not fit to raise 1 child, let alone 2. But I wasn't wise enough to at least protect myself while I was out here sexually active. Okay, but this is the life I was living. I was fighting, I was cussing, I was drinking, I was pulling guns on people. See, people don't know that side, because you grow into something and you grow into a place sometimes that you don't need to be in. There was plenty of days where I struggled. People don't know that inside of my marriage, I struggled financially. I struggled with loving him or him loving me, knowing my identity or what I was worth. So I stood still, wondering if this man would treat me right. And I begged and pleaded and fought to have my husband. And see, it's so much inside of this story because nobody will ever know the in-depth of your testimony. See, I can give you bits and pieces, but there's no words sometimes to describe a testimony, because unless you lived it and felt it, there is no words to describe some of the pain you feel in life, some of the depression. There's not words. There were times where people wanted me to express what I felt, and I couldn't express it because every time I would open my mouth, I would just cry because I couldn't find words to make people understand what I was going through. I couldn't find words to make people understand that I wanted to kill kill somebody. I literally said I was going to murder someone. That I literally took a gun, loaded the gun, put it in my car, and was going drive states to commit a murder. Because I felt like I didn't know what else to do to stop this person from tormenting my mind and tormenting me. To live, and this person knew how to control the way I think, the way I moved. To make me believe that I was never worthy of anything, to be loved again, to always wear fake hair and fake nails and feel like that solidified me as beautiful, because I didn't know that I was beautiful. I didn't believe it. Dark-skinned girls wasn't pretty, so I didn't believe I was beautiful. I felt like I needed hair and nails and makeup, and then I needed a man, or I needed somebody to say, girl, you look good, because self-validation just wasn't enough, because I didn't really know how to give it to myself. Because see, you didn't want to always feel like the ugly duckling, or you wasn't the light-skinned friend. So when y'all went out, that you wasn't the friend that the fellas was checking for. You wasn't the girl that everybody tried to holler at. You see what I'm saying? So you go through these things, but to look at that, to be about to be a convicted felon, about to sit up there and have 2 kids, have a failed marriage, sit in jail, to go through depression, go through all of these things, and lose yourself into being a mother, to believe that you weren't even qualified to have your children because your children were too precious and they deserve somebody better than you. So you thought about, hey, maybe they should go live with somebody else for a little while till you get yourself together. And to come back now and to say, I'm about to be a homeowner. I have a job where I don't have to ask anybody. I can bless people and don't have to worry or think twice about blessing people. Who can say I went to school and graduated from college with 2 kids? Who can say that I am in my right mind and I know who I am and I know that I'm beautiful and I know that I'm worthy and I know that God has done a great work in me? I can stand here boldly and say it because there wasn't a time that I could. So let me tell you something. When you know that you come from somewhere and you look at where you are, don't you dare let anybody make you feel bad about being proud of you. Because they weren't there when the tears were falling. They weren't there when you didn't know who you was. They weren't there when you didn't know whether you was coming or going, when you didn't know how you was going to pay your bills. They weren't there to know when you didn't know what to do with yourself or you didn't feel worthy. They don't know the progression that it took for you to be able to look at yourself and say, you know what, girlfriend, you are all that. You don't deserve that. You do deserve better. You will become better. You will make it. You will achieve your goals. You will prosper. God is not through with you. Don't you ever let nobody make you feel bad about being proud of yourself and loving yourself and boasting about what God has done for you. You know why? Because it's going to let somebody know that you're no different than what God can do for somebody else. I don't boast about what God does for me because I'm worrying about boasting to other people, because I'm trying to bring people to say, God don't love me no more than he love you. God don't look over you and step on other people to step on to bless other people. The same God that's in a blessing business who stopped at my house could stop at your house. The same God who touched my children can touch your children. Because guess what? When the doctor said my son couldn't learn past the 6th grade education, I just walked my son into 10th grade this year. So don't tell me what God can't do. Don't tell me that I was sitting there with a failed marriage and didn't know how I was going to make it because I didn't have bills, and now I could take care of my house and 2 other households without thinking about it. Don't tell me what God can't do. And yes, I stand here boldly and proud that I went to college and I graduated and I crossed that stage with hard work and diligence. That I get out here and I can hug somebody and tell a little girl, baby, you can still make it after that pregnancy. You can still make it after you made those decisions. You can still make it after you did all that you did. You can still make it. You can still win. So when you say, hey, she thinks she's all that, you damn right not wave it with a badge of honor, because you don't know what I've been through. You don't know my story. You don't know where I come from. You don't know how hard it was for me to be proud of me. And so I take this to tell somebody else, you better be proud of yourself. You better look at yourself. If you know that you know that you know that you know, you ain't who you used to be. If you know you come from a long way. Because see, people turn around and like to talk about what you are now, but they have no idea what you used to be. Sometimes they look at you and they want to call you scary, call you a peacemaker, say you're backing down, but you don't know the old me would have bust you up a long time ago. See, if it wasn't, people say, if it had not been for the Lord on my side, where would I be? But I need to explain something to some people. If it had not been for the Lord on your side, where would you be? Because somebody would have popped you a long time ago if it wasn't for the God in them. Somebody would have read you your rights a long time ago if it wasn't for the God in them. Somebody would have been doing 25 to life from messing over you if it wasn't for the God in them. The God that has changed them. See, you can't speak on somebody's rainbow if you wasn't there for their rain. You better learn to be proud of yourself. Even the baby steps. No, you're not where you want to be. Yes, you got a lot of progression to do, but you doggone sure know you've come from a long way. You know you don't make the same mistakes you used to make. You know you don't hang with the same crowd you used to hang with. You know you don't do the same things you used to do. So don't let nobody make you feel bad about being proud of where you come from when they wasn't there, when you was down and out and struggling and hurting and crying. They weren't there. It was God that picked you up and turned you around and placed your feet on solid ground. I am God's child. Would I look like being upset about being proud that God blesses me? That God does things for me? That God showed me that I can be better? I'm not gonna, if it bothers you that I think highly of myself, the problem ain't me, the problem is you. Because many times when people upset that they're proud of, yet you're proud of you, is because they see what they're not when they see what you are. When people see what you are is a reflection of what they're not doing. When you see what I am doing, you see what you're not doing. And so you try to make me the problem because facing yourself is a difficult thing to do. So when you see somebody driving in a nice car, you get upset because you're not driving in a nice car. Because I never saw a blessed person be mad that somebody else is blessed. The only people that are mad that somebody else is blessed is somebody who feels like they're not there too. But see, a person who's progressing is happy about everybody else progressing. See, I don't know how we got into this place, because let me tell you what type of household I come from. I come from a household that was happy when their neighbor was blessed. I come from a household who was happy when somebody else made it. See, when one person made it out the ghetto, the whole ghetto rejoiced because it was a reflection that somebody could make it out. You remember the old school people used to say, I love that my neighbor is blessed because that means God is in the neighborhood. And if God could stop by my neighbor, that means he ain't too far from stopping by my house. But see, sometimes you don't know why you ain't got blessings, because you don't know how to be happy for other people. See, God allowed you to see somebody else's blessing to see how you will rejoice for them. And since you don't know how to rejoice for others, maybe you don't know how to handle a blessing. Maybe you don't know how to handle when it comes your way, because I don't know a person who is happy that is not happy for other people. It's only miserable people. It's only miserable people that doesn't know how to applaud other people. Because see, when you are blessed and when you know who you are in God, and when you know what God has done for you, and you know that you're on the path in which God is taking you, you can look at somebody else and praise God for somebody else. You can look at somebody else and say, I know her story. I know what she's been through. I can wipe tears with her. I done seen people and I know their story, and when I know that they came out, I'm crying harder than them. Because I saw the rodeo. I saw the road that God was taking them down. I saw the devil attack them. So how can you not be happy when you see God bring somebody out of something? I know a lady, I'm never going to forget it, who struggled with drugs for many years. Never forget it. and she would come to church, but she was struggling constantly with the addiction of cocaine. And her daughter one time told me, I said, I didn't see your mama for the past 2 Sundays. What's up? And she said, Bridget, nobody knows, but my mama, she checked herself into rehab, that she wants help. She's tired. And I said, my God. And I said, I'm so happy about that. And so a few Sundays passed, and like a month or so, and I saw her walk in church. And I saw her walk in church, and her eyes were clear. She was dressed nicely. She was beautiful. I saw the change in her. And I promise you, I stood up like the earth stood still. And I cried and I wept and I just grabbed her and hugged her because I was happy for her. I ain't never dealt with cocaine. But how can you not look at what God does for somebody else and don't be happy for them? God has brought you too far for you not to walk in the abundance that he has opened doors for you to walk in. Because let me tell you something. And I say this loud and proud. If you mad that I was pushing a Malibu and you got mad that I got the 2018 Impala, you're going to be mad when I get my Bentley, my Rolls Royce. You're going to be mad because I'm going to let God bless me. I'm going to be obedient to his word. I'm going to constantly press towards the mark of a higher calling. And he said he will give you the desires of your heart. Those who diligently seek him, and I diligently seek God on a regular basis. And I will not shun what God does for me because I know that he can do it for somebody else. See, there's a difference in being proud of you and being proud of the God in you. There's a big difference. God has made too many ways and opened too many doors and seen you through too many tests and trials for you to be sitting still on his blessings because you weren't about bothering somebody else. They're going to be bothered anyway. They're going to be upset anyway. Girl, you could still be wearing the shoes from last week and they still going to be mad. You could be wearing that same dress, but they still going to be mad because sometimes it's the anointing on you that bothers people. It ain't about what you have. It ain't about what you're doing. Sometimes people are jealous of the God in you, the aura of you. Have you ever just walked in a room and people were bothered? You didn't have to say nothing. You didn't have to do nothing. They don't know that you've been still struggling with the same struggle you've been struggling with, but something about you bothers them. It's the presence of God on you sometimes that bothers people. You don't have to do anything. Sometimes you sit back and wonder. Girl, why they don't like me? Why they talk about me? I didn't even do her nothing. I don't even know her. Half of the time people talk about you, you be like, who is that? You be hearing some of the stuff people say about you or some of the things that bother people, and you just be sitting there like, girl, where did they get that from? Be sitting there saying to yourself, if they knew you, they would love you because you're like, I'm not even what they think I am. But you're a child of the King. And sometimes that's what bothers people. See, the presence of evil can't stand the anointing. So when you walk in the room, the presence of God walks in with you, and see, God demands authority. He demands attention. He demands his respect. So guess what? Satan got to get in order when God walks in. So when I walk in, God walks in with me. Actually, he walks in before me, and he comes and he protects me from what's trying to come in my way. So when I let God lead and I follow him, baby, you're going to be mad because guess what? I'm covered on the left. I'm covered on the right. I'm covered in front. I'm covered in back. And you right. I'm walking proud because I know who holds my hand. I know who holds my tomorrow. So I have a whole different attitude about being unbothered. As they say, the resting face, my face rests because I'm resting in the Lord. Let me tell you something. I could be crying, struggling, going through, up and down, fighting Satan, and I still know who I am in God. I still know I am a child of the King. I still know that he has changed me, made me, shaped me, and rearranged who I think, how I am, how I move. I am not where I need to be. God knows I'm not. God knows I need progression, but I know I don't hang where I used to hang. I know I don't go where I used to go. I know I don't have the friends that I used to have. And I know that I'm happy about it. I don't struggle. See, it's a difference with struggling with those things. And there's a whole nother ballgame without even thinking about it. I don't even think about going some places no more. It don't even bother me that I'm not there. I look at certain events and I be like, baby, you wouldn't have never called me in there. You wouldn't have never called me up in there. Girl, people call you and invite you. Girl, they don't even invite me. You know I ain't going there. Who going where? With who? No, thank you. You know I don't even roll like that. You know I don't even rock like that. You know that ain't even my cup of tea. I don't even play it off no more. Ain't no sugarcoating it, shunning it. Oh no, baby. I'm straight up and down. Baby, take this coffee black. No sugar, no cream. I don't have time. I am pressing towards what God called me to be. And guess what? I'm trying to reach too many young ladies who struggle with depression like I once did. I'm trying to reach too many young ladies who was pregnant at 17 like I was. I'm trying to reach so many ladies who was sitting there thinking about suicide like I once was. I got too much trying to change to be sitting here fooling with this foolery that y'all fooling with. I ain't got time. So when I walk in the room, I'm walking in like the child of God that I know that I am. Let me tell you something. You better hold your head up high, even with tear stains on your face, baby. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I don't care if they know he left you. I don't care if they know about the baby you lost. I don't care if they talked about you being molested when you was a child. I don't care. The same God that's been carrying you every day will carry you. You better hold your head up and walk in the authority that he gave you and say, you know what? With his stripes, I am healed. God is going to make a way. God is going to open a door. I'm changed. I'm new. I'm transformed. I'm the head. I'm not the tail. I'm above. I'm not beneath. I'm abundantly blessed. I will make it. I will be somebody. I am. My child will not fail. We will not be underneath. No weapon formed against us will prosper. You better learn to speak into your life and walk in it like you know you can do it. Every time we turn around and we say, what if this and what if that? What's going to happen? Every time we do that is a negative. Girl, you shouldn't move to Texas. What if you don't make it? Girl, you shouldn't go with him. Girl, what if he do you wrong, girl? Girl, you shouldn't go there, girl, because last time there was this. What if you win? Why the what ifs always got to be negative? What if you win? What if this time you make it? What if this time is your time? You better learn to love yourself and be proud of yourself because, baby, that's the only way you gonna make it. Because sometimes this world is too cold, baby. Sometimes when you need encouragement, they ain't gonna give it to you. So you gotta learn to go in the mirror and say, baby, Mary, Cynthia, Diana, who else on here? Paulette, Vanessa, Elma. You better look at yourself and say, I can win. I'm gonna do it. Take the tissue paper, wipe your eyes, suck it up. I'm gonna do it. You better tell yourself. It'll give you hope for tomorrow in a world that don't give you a reason to keep fighting. So yes, when they say you're all that, say don't forget the bag of chips that come with it. When they say you think you're too much, tell them, yeah, I think I'm too much with my 6-inch pumps that I bought for $10.99 or $200, whatever you pay for them. Yes, I'm going to strut in these. Yes, I do. I know who I am. And that's a big difference. And it will get you a lot further when you're going through. See, you don't struggle as hard with frustration when you know who you are. You learn to fight back. See, many times it's not that you're losing because you're losing a fight. You're only losing because you're getting beat up because you ain't swing back. You better let the devil know this ain't no coward over here. I ain't no punk over here. So when you throw some punches, you better know I'm going to throw some back. When Satan rolled up on Jesus, Jesus was like, okay, I got you. You better tell Satan the same thing. I love y'all. Don't forget, if you free Saturday, free event, it is free. It's only gonna be an hour or so of your time. I ain't trying to take up your Saturday. 1800 Newton Street, light refreshments gonna be served. Again, it's a free event. And if you want, you can drop a blessing. If not, I'm cool with that too. But like I said, free event. Ladies, come 5:30 p.m. I love y'all. And be looking out for my conference November this year. See y'all later.